Wait.
I like that guy.
Wait.
I like that guy.
Whoa, okay. So this guy's name, first of all, Akinyemi Olabode Agbede.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Don't be racist.
And no, I'm not being racist, but it's just Rescue America, Rescue America, Rescue America. Californian. Let us together rescue America from turning into a third world country.
Whoa!
Yeah.
He's a Democrat.
And then, enough is enough of American deep suffering. People in Washington has collapsed this country.
This is a candidate.
Therefore, electing Dr. Akinyemi Agbede as your next United States Senator representing the Golden State of California 2016 is the answer in order for our country to be reclaimed back.
So vote for that guy and everything's okay.
Vote for this guy and grammar.
He's foreign.
Wait. His website is www.americamustregainitsgreatness2016.com.
This guy's amazing.
America!
Yeah, these are candidates running for senator or whatever.
I should run for senator.
Pretty funny. Broken language.
Hello, I am meme. Make me an economy sector.
I will
challenge chaos.
Yeah.
www.defeatthesun2016america.com.
I was gonna say, what's that thing you said on my video, and you're like, I will defeat the sun.
Chaos Challengers that'd be a cool band name.
Shut the fuck up.
You edgy fuck.
If a band is called Chaos Challengers walked out before Dragon Force, you tell me you wouldn't leave.
I wouldn't. I would be like, fuck yeah, Chaos Challengers.
It's one guy with a guitar and it's just John.
Dude. Oh, fuck, maybe that's what I should call my power metal band.
Yeah. It's plural challengers, but it's just John.
I embody more than one challenger.
Alright, fuck this shit. Let's just jump right into it. Hello, it's BoyFlop 24.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I don't know, I was looking forward to this because now at the end of this episode, there's like, if you wanted to listen to each BoyFlop episode, you would literally have to dedicate all 24 hours of that day to listen to it.
Well, are all of our episodes an hour? Don't we have some that are more?
We have some episodes that are a little less and some that are a little more, but everything's just about an hour.
We have secret episodes, or like whatever extra bonus feature.
That sounds like a half an hour. I do want to do some more of those. I figure I thought tonight was going to be one of these days where we just couldn't do a BoyFlop just because, I don't know, somebody fell asleep or...
I've been free all day.
Yeah.
I've been playing Overwatch and D&D and...
Well, I don't know. Oh, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I was playing D&D with my cousins.
Rich and I got back from sushi earlier.
And I was yelling about clerics.
It sounded like you were singing.
It sounded like you were in a fight with someone.
Oh, I thought you were doing some Disney villain recording or something.
Well, I was singing. I was singing... I recorded some for the Game of Thrones song, Reigns of Castamere.
Nice. I heard. Were you working on that a few days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you singing it from down here, and I was just like, that's Reigns of Castamere.
Yeah.
That was the first time I think I've ever been able to just hear your
immediately
muffled...
identify it.
Well, it's kind of muffled down here because of all the soundproofing, but usually it just sounds like... But this one, I was just like, fuck yeah, I know that song.
Mm-hmm. Good shit. Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Jonathan Young, and okay.
Good job.
Good.
This is welcome Rishad E.B. to the podcast.
Our special guest.
Rishad E.B.
I'm always the special guest.
If that's not the most truest statement on this podcast. Most truest.
I was thinking to myself the other day, I was really digging our last podcast recording, and I was thinking, oh man, I should tweet out that link, and now we're recording the next one already, and
the last podcast had so many issues, like mic issues. Really? There's especially remember when I was saying that I was gonna cleverly transition.
You asshole.
When
We're
they-
listening to that. You're just like, Rich and John are both
Yeah.
poopy buttheads.
I literally cut the recording and did a text to speech of like Microsoft Sally or whatever, just calling you guys poopy buttholes.
Oh, good.
That's what,
good.
that's what you get for letting me edit these.
It's funny.
But yeah, no, the last episode was cool. But I don't know, like, what did we talk about?
Last episode?
We talked about H3H3 getting sued, and we talked about collabs.
Oh, yeah. No, I think
we were supposed
maybe
to
that
talk
was
about collabs.
We did.
we
Didn't
talked very, very briefly.
We keep putting it off, like the whole
I thought
conversation.
I could have sworn that we spent like 20 minutes last episode talking about collabs.
I think we almost started talking about it, and I was just like, fuck it, let's save it for
Yeah,
next time.
last time we talked
Did
about like interactions with people like hitting you out of nowhere with collab requests.
I feel like I'm having deja vu because I think I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. A lot of these episodes tend to run together a little bit.
Well, anyways, I don't know. Like, we can pick it up there, I guess. I don't actually remember exactly what we said we were going to talk about this week, but I do remember a few weeks ago we briefly touched on. Essentially, the point is like, if you want to collaborate with an artist, you have to kind of do it at the angle of what's in it for them. And it sounds shitty to say that, but at the same time, it's like, that's what you would be thinking if you were in the same position.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
What do you bring to the table? And yeah, like we kind of covered that pretty heartily last time. So
Do you guys have any more collaboration horror stories that you haven't told yet?
I mean, the example that I always use is the guy. Like, I get people like this all the time where they email me and they literally say something like, "Hello, can I play bass with you?" And it's like, no, you can't. Like,
no,
It's just that's all you respond with.
well, no, but oh shit, no! I just thought of an even worse one that I got. But first
even
of all,
worser one.
an even worser one. First of all, no, like somebody emailed me the other day, and I felt bad because like they have good intentions, always.
They
but,
always,
like,
yeah.
But like they were like, "Hi," and it's obviously like a high schooler that was emailing me, or like a kid, like
Did
a
they
young
use
kid.
like a million emoticons and shit?
Well,
Like,
no, it was just like, "Hi, I write lyrics. I was wondering." Hi, I write lyrics. I was wondering if you could make a song for my lyrics and sing my lyrics. It's like, no, that's not how songwriting works. And just because you like the idea of writing song lyrics, but you're too lazy to learn how to play guitar or sing, so that you can write your own songs.
It's not always a
be
lazy
a
thing,
poet.
though. It's not
Right.
always a
Be a
lazy
poet.
thing.
Well,
Like,
it's also like a lack of self-confidence and whatnot.
not
or
even
just
that.
like a lack of knowledge in general.
it's a lack
Yeah.
of knowledge, also a lack of equipment, a
So
lack
then
of
get,
skill.
Get
yeah.
out there. Like we were
Well, that's-
there once
right.
too.
That's
lack,
the thing.
A lack of being good.
Right, that's not nice, but like
What?
and like
There's no shame in not being good. We were not good once.
right, like
still
We,
not
we
good.
joke about it.
we're
joke
still
about
not good. I actually very similarly. I got I think a few days ago I got an email. Like I get emails like this all the time, so it's funny that like
Wait, let me find this. Continue your
I
story.
got an
Is this the
email.
one that like I saw?
Maybe.
That was like, I made this masterpiece and I want you to.
Right. No, that was I get this shit all the time, so that's not even the one I was thinking of. But there was one I think a few days ago where somebody said like I wrote this song, but all I have is the lead guitar and I need rhythm guitar, bass, and drums. Can
That's
you do
not
that
how
for
it
me?
works.
Well, I mean,
That's not how it works,
the
man.
thing is, like, I can understand why, like, you'd be like, hey, you know, I really want this song that I have in my head that could sound really good to sound really good, but I don't have the equipment / knowledge / skill / motivation /
right, but like
yeah.
it goes through their head that they should find someone who can help, and that's good.
Yeah.
But it never goes through their head, A, that they should seek out knowledge to do that themselves, or B, that the person who has 200,000 YouTube subscribers is probably too busy to entertain every request for unpaid write me rhythm guitar parts for this lead guitar part.
That's
Anyway.
that's why you respond with, yeah, sure, my going rate for commissions
Okay,
is blank.
okay, check out this email. The subject line is song cover commission will pay.
Ooh.
I'm looking for a dark, passionate, and possessive cover of this song.
Well, you're already out because you're too white, John.
It gets better. So, looking for a dark, possessive cover of this song. The link is to Dream Girls, I am telling you, or no, oh, fuck, shut this ad up. Okay, the YouTube link that he sent is to a song from a movie, Dream Girls, and it's like, and I will always love you or something. And then it says, I can't tell if this guy's trolling or if he's just like a man of very strange taste. Because then he says, will you replace every mention of the word man with BOI/boy? And then he says, I can pay via PayPal. And that's the email.
I don't know. I think he's onto something.
Respond with how much. That's what I would say.
I should, but
put that on your
specifically BOI, like BOI/boy instead. Like replace every mention of the word man.
I keep trying to get Jules to buy you a unicycle.
No,
so you can be that boy. No, I don't know.
Collabs suck.
I feel like
Jesus.
I'm not serious, but
no, I just feel like this conversation's strange just because like a lot of the people listening probably are just like, man, you know, like I would love to collaborate with lots of people. Like I don't have people that I can work with, but like, I mean, I think all three of us are literally overflowing with people like, hey, do a solo for me, or oh hey, can you do a collab with me? Oh hey, and it's just like there is a point at which I try to shy away from where I think it's very easy for YouTubers or whatever, people who have any amount of, you know, not fame, but like popularity or whatever, that it becomes like this common like thought that maybe they just want it to ride my coattails or something. And it's like, yeah, maybe sometimes, but I don't think that's always the intention.
Well, but at least half of the people that I have talked to who have asked me for collabs has been, I've felt like they are contacting me because they want to use me in some way, whether it's for the views that my exposure would bring them, or whether it's for
well, sure. I mean,
but they come to the table with this attitude of, you should help me with this, you should lend me your skills, but I'm not gonna lend you anything in return, whether that's skills or exposure or money or whatever. And like, I feel like it's such a douchey conversation to or we all come off as douches saying this, but it's like you just said, like there's a lot of people that say, oh, I would love to collab with Family Jewels, I would love to collab with Jonathan Young, but
not rich.
Well, I was responding to his comment. I'm sorry, kidding. But you know, there's a lot of people that say, oh, I would love to join that record label, you know, but
here's
I would love, and then you said Roadrunner Records, your EP for Ass Butt 9000, and they go, oh, sweet dude.
But is Roadrunner Records a dick for saying we don't accept unsolicited demos? No, because Roadrunner Records gets so many fucking bands that have no idea what they're doing sending stuff. Like
they have so many bands that do know what they're doing. That's probably occupying a lot of their time.
And I have so many people that know what they're doing asking me to collab, but like I mean,
here's the first thing is it's also all about attitude, whether or not just us. I actually think, you know, we're talking about this from my experience talking to other, you know, musicians and stuff. We're probably way more open about doing collaborations than most people. But the first thing you need to, like, if you want to collaborate with somebody, and again, like, not necessarily us, maybe somebody else, like, is first start with your fucking attitude when you send the message. This doesn't.
Let's fix that fucking attitude.
Not just when you send the message, when you're practicing guitar.
Well, hold on. You know, like the more thing. This actually applies to more than just collaborations. Something that's been pissing me off, like to no end lately. If you don't know somebody, or it's the first time that you're talking to them, or you're talking to them over the internet, don't you ever fucking start your sentence or your message with "you should." Don't ever do that.
Yep.
It's so fucking like condescending. It's so fucking
you should
annoying.
Cover this.
No, second I get a comment or a message that starts with "you should," I delete it. I don't want it. Like it.
That doesn't bug me as much.
It bugs the fuck out of me, and I don't know.
It bugs me too. It bugs me too. Because do I look like a jukebox? No, it bugs me too.
Well,
Yeah,
what that says to me isn't necessarily like I demand this. It's more just like it's like kind of like a maybe not a well thought out way of saying I wish you would cover
Right.
this because you would do it good. I think
know.
is what most people are saying. But yeah, I can see how it comes across as like
and again, it's
do it. Like
it's the difference. I mean, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You know, like
I know.
like
It's just
all collab emails, I think, have good intentions.
Yeah,
like, nobody
absolutely.
would reach out about a collab if they didn't have good intentions. But if the attitude that they're conveying in the email, whether they know it or not, is a bad attitude or whatever, and not just when they send the message, also like there needs to be like a certain amount of accountability with content creators when it comes to like I don't want to say paying your dues because I hate that phrase.
Yeah.
I think that phrase needs to die because when I hear somebody say paying your dues, I think playing in a fucking dive bar singing Bob Dylan covers and it just makes me cringe because the everybody that I've heard say pay your dues is either a fucking like head of a marketing department at my old shitty music college, or they're some old fogey that is playing a washed up dive bar and is trying to lecture musicians when they never got anywhere.
Right.
You know? But in a sense, you do kind of, I mean,
you have to practice your fucking instrument.
Like-
You need to have the discipline to be able to move forward.
but
with
like
something.
I used to reach out to people about collabs and I wouldn't get a reply. And then I worked harder and I pushed myself and I started thinking smart instead of just saying I mean that sounds stupid the way that I worded that. But like,
it's funny.
But like don't just make good music and then be upset when people don't listen to it. Make good music and be smart about where you're promoting that music and be smart about who your target audience is and how you're marketing to that target audience, or don't, or whatever. But like,
what I generally tend to do when I personally get like a request for a collab or a solo, and see, I feel like I'm probably like the most open about this type of stuff because I almost always this isn't necessarily an invitation because especially right now I'm super busy, but generally if it's like someone I kind of know and they're like, can you do a thing, I'll do it. It'll take 30 minutes or something. But like if I get like someone who just out of the blue who's like, can you write a song for me or do you want to collab like out of nowhere, generally what I'll do is instead of just being like it's awkward phrasing it in a way of saying no, that's nice. So generally what I do is like point them towards the community because if we're talking about cover artists, there's like a thriving community of cover artists who have their own subreddit, who have their own Facebook pages where everyone's always looking to collab. And some of these dudes are really great musicians, but they themselves are getting overlooked. The problem that you're trying to avoid by talking to someone like, I don't know, one of us, for example.
Right.
Which I know that sounds douchey, but like there's all these great musicians, they get overlooked because they don't have the numbers and that's really it. So talk to them.
Here's the thing though, like once I started working harder and paying attention to the little things, then I started getting accepted by more people to collab with. And here's the thing, like if you send me an email and you say, hey, I want to collab. So for example, I've gotten an email before from somebody that I ended up collaborating with. Fuck you, Rich. I've gotten an email before from somebody that I ended up collaborating with, and it literally was like, yo, we should collab sometime. But then they put their links there, and I clicked on their links, and because their content spoke for itself, I ended up collaborating with them.
Hell yeah.
I've also gotten emails that say, hey, let's collab, and their content doesn't speak for itself. And not just the content, but if you attach a Twitter link and you have a Twitter profile picture that is like well done, or I mean like you guys have like drawings of yourself, but like that's trendy, like that's a good thing. And then like
I'm gonna change my Twitter profile to Tub Girl.
Good. But then, like,
change it to Subway.
what I mean is, if your Twitter cover photo is papyrus font and your YouTube link, I'm probably not going to think it's a good idea to collaborate with you. You know,
flaming fucking
right?
What is that? Impacts font.
Hey,
right.
It's cool. Okay.
If you know, like, if I go to your channel and your videos are well made and, and you've
a
earned
1 minute intro,
And just quickly,
Right.
quickly,
Well, you know what I mean,
Pause
though?
you,
Like-
let me pause you. Just because, okay. I mean, John keeps saying, well-made videos and all this shit. You don't need perfect 100% $1 million equipment to make good content.
That's not what I'm saying, though.
But some people might hear it that way.
Okay, so let me clarify. I saved up my money for a long time
Saved my allowance.
Yeah, no, literally. I literally saved my allowance and bought a $350 camera, and I did research on how to edit videos well and how to color correct videos, and I like fucking, I mean, I don't want to like be a dick about like name dropping or whatever, but like fucking our buddy Nate, our buddy Suko, Nate Wants to Battle, Suko G, both hit me up and asked me, how do you shoot your videos? What do you do for your lighting? And I said to him, I use $15 lights from Walmart and a $300 camera.
Yeah.
And like, I saved my allowance to get that, and it wasn't until very recently that I upgraded any of that.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for 2 years of YouTube, almost 200,000 subscribers with roughly $400 worth of camera gear. So it's like, when I hear about these people that...
I mean, you can make a compelling video with a webcam if you know.
Oh, absolutely,
dude!
Absolutely.
I just found out the slow-mo guys who have like 2 million views or whatever, and they have like a whole like thing about like super expensive cameras. All of their like normal shots, T3i.
Yep.
Yeah, like,
I mean, why go overboard? It's
that's
a good,
the thing.
It's a good camera that
$300
does
on
what
eBay.
you,
and
$300 on eBay.
Here's the thing: is just like, okay, we understand you probably don't have an Axe FX, whatever, but like,
fucking dropped.
The other thing that I think we didn't touch on that note, is okay. Say we want to do a collab with you, whatever. Are you going to record your part on a webcam microphone? Like just like all of your other stuff? That's going to bring the entire quality of our video down. And it's.
Are you going to record the video on a webcam?
Yeah.
That's going to bring the entire quality of our video together down. Not your video, our video.
Yep.
You know? So it's like...
It's our reputations on the line too, man.
I have literally... Like, I have sent a list to fans that have emailed me of everything that you would need to do everything that we do for less than $1,000.
I have a video about that.
Yeah.
I have a video. It's the first video in my recording guide thing. I literally have a pyramid that shows you, okay, here's the fucking bare minimum stuff you need.
The video's funny.
It's so bad. Don't
this is an interface. I don't know what it does, but you need one.
Yeah. Okay. So, but
you say that something like that.
Here. Okay. So let's assume you have. I'm just gonna go over this really quickly, if you guys don't mind.
Yes, please.
Just to humor our 50 listeners or whatever.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah. Rich's mom.
Listen up, Mom. I know you want to start that YouTube channel.
You want to collab with me, Mom?
Yeah. Whatever,
Okay,
Mom. Get good.
So here's the scoop. Save up $900. If you can't save up $900, either you need to find a way to do that, or you don't care enough about it. You're spending too much money on video games.
Save up your money while you practice.
Yeah, save up your money while you practice on your guitar. So here's what you need. I know that sounds harsh, but like
spending too much money on fucking Cheetos.
well, no, but like if you care,
You went there. You said those words,
if you
Rich.
care, but seriously though, if you care more about Cheetos than you do about making it as a YouTuber, seriously,
Where did I go wrong?
No, seriously, like I know people that care more about
Cheetos.
Oh,
well,
shit,
no.
I have to make a choice
I know what
here.
you're saying.
I know people. I know people that
who make poor investments.
yeah, people who care more about buying the latest Call of Duty game.
Titanfall came out.
Yeah, they say, "Oh, I want to learn to play guitar, but I can't afford one," and then they go and buy Call of Duty. People that say, "Oh, I want to record a new album, but I can't afford to go in the studio," and they spend fucking $100 on drinks every weekend.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, okay, so save up $900. Buy a T3i on eBay, $300. Okay. Let's assume you have a computer. Download Reaper for free. Get an Audio-Technica AT2020 or an MXL 970.
Just get an AT2020. The AT2020 is amazing.
So is the 970.
Okay.
$70. They're basically the same microphone.
Okay.
$70. We're up to $370. Buy a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 interface for $150. We're up to what? $530.
Side note: if you want to consolidate even more, you can drop 100 on UX1 and Pod Farm.
Yep,
because I still use that.
Sure. Buy the CLA plugin bundle for $100 on sale on Black Friday. We're up to $630. Buy. Okay, we got the camera. Fuck, I'm losing track. Cheetos. Buy a guitar for $100.
Yeah,
we're up to $730.
And this is assuming
that's it.
Yeah, this is assuming you don't already have some of this stuff. I mean, if you don't have a guitar, like, you want to collab? Like, what?
Okay, so $730. Right. You have everything you need to make high fucking quality video.
Yeah.
Use fucking iMovie. Even iMovie is really, or iMovie or
CS Guitar 89 uses iMovie.
Windows Movie Maker. It works.
It does.
Grade A under A still uses fucking Windows Movie Maker.
Well, his whole trope
I know,
is the fucking...
he's intentionally...
So you could do this with
$730, and that's almost more than I had when I started producing my first YouTube videos. So... Like, I had Pro Tools, but Reaper does literally the same thing.
This shit costs money. I mean, it's there's no way around it. I mean, there's a way to not spend $1 million for high quality shit, but yeah, I mean, I think all I said in my video, like, the most bare necessities you need is you need your instrument, you need a computer, you need an interface.
Yeah.
I mean, and something to record video if you want to do video. You can use a webcam, but, like, the thing is, it's like, get that stuff. Get those 4 things. Start making videos. You don't start with collaborating with Jonathan Young. Don't start with collaborating with
He will
Rashad
say
D.
no if you don't have those things.
Well, not only that, but, like, do you really want to, like... Even if you went through with that, somebody who just bought a $100 guitar,
Sweet Child of Mine cover on Jonathan Young's channel.
What happens when Jonathan Young music comes up on the screen? It's he's
featuring Joe Schmo 8,
right? And then drum fill, and then boo 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 boo.
Yeah, and it's like them in their room, like sitting on their bed.
But here's the thing though, like with that,
actually that might be funny.
Yeah,
with that $700 of equipment that I just talked about, like. The rest is time, man.
Yeah.
The rest is spending time and researching and learning how to do this shit. Okay, so $750. Buy 2 lights at Walmart. Make your videos look okay by buying 2 fucking clamp lights.
And this is all assuming that you have the skill necessary to like you've put in the time already too. Like, I mean, John, you went to school. You've been doing music for
not even that.
Life.
Like everything that I learned from music production was from talking to other producers. Yep. The production class that I took at the school that I went to barely even taught me how to plug in my microphone. Like it was such an entry level class. Like
you don't even really need to John, you dropped out and you talked to producers and stuff. But like personally for me. I watched like some shitty guides on YouTube that took approximately 2 hours to finish. One of them was Jules's recording guide back like a few years ago, and like that's all I did. Past that, it was just fucking around in Reaper. That's all. Like I'm completely. I don't know if you guys know. I'm completely musically illiterate, and I have zero production training.
Yeah.
It just takes time.
I mean, I technically have zero production training too, but I met other people that were in the same boat as I was trying to teach themselves, and one person knew what side chaining was, and I didn't, and I knew what something else.
Gather knowledge.
Yeah. So fucking be a knowledge sponge.
Yeah.
Like if you're not gonna be a knowledge sponge, and you're not gonna spend the time to learn this shit. Why would anyone want to collab with you? And you don't deserve to get a lot of subs anyway. And that's what you want, isn't it?
Right.
You want a lot of subs. But you want the easy route instead of just sitting down and working hard.
Little side note, this is more of a personal thing. Unsolicited collabs, that might rub me the wrong way. If you hit me up just via email or comments or whatever and you ask for advice... Fuck yeah, dude, I'll give you advice.
Yep,
fuck yeah, dude.
If you want advice on like, hey, how do I make my drums sound more like this, or how do I get my guitar to sound like, I'll give you like a couple paragraphs of what to do.
Yeah.
Like I've done that multiple times in the past.
I've literally like done that spiel of exactly what you should buy right now to people who have literally asked me like, hey, I have $500, I don't know what I'm supposed to buy.
That's
and I
awesome.
said, okay, let me fucking tell you, this is what you buy, and now who knows? 3 years from now, that's how long it took me. 3 years from now, 3 years from now, they might hit me up and be like, yo, dude,
you know, I've spent the past 3 years taking your advice and I've worked really hard and here's some of my shit. And I might look at their shit and say, damn, dude, you know?
And we're not looking at your subscriber number. Like, if your shit is good and you want to collaborate with us, what we said at the end of the last time we talked about this is, like, at the end of the day, all three of us, we just want to make cool shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, if you can help us make cool shit, then fuck yeah. But we don't do fucking handouts. We're not gonna, like,
we'll do handouts of advice. We won't do handouts of holding your hand to fame,
right?
Because that's not how it works anyway.
Yeah.
If a if somebody who has no subscribers collaborates with me today and I post their link everywhere, first of all, if you suck, you're not getting any subscribers.
Yeah.
Second of all,
trolls.
even if you're good, I did that collab. So, for example, I did that collab with Melinda. Melinda K. Reese has more subs than me. She's got 230,000 subs. I've got 185,000. I just did a collab with her last week. She put my links all over her video, which is up to almost 50,000 views. That is what you would expect if you're lucky if you were to collab with me today. It would be 50,000 views. I got 1,300 subscribers directly from the video that I did with Melinda. If I had started at 0 subscribers, 1,300, that's not a career, man. You're not going to make a living off of 1,300 subscribers. Like, sure, that's a nice bump, but
it's a nice bump, but like,
that's nothing, man. Like, you're not going to get 50,000 subscribers when you collaborate with someone who has 100,000.
Like, Jules, you and I have both collabed with, like, Jared Dines and, like, done like the shred things, and, like, I've been on Did You Know Gaming, and in both those cases it's like, you know, you get a little bump and it's really fucking cool. But if I were to start from 0 getting those bumps, it'd be like, wow, I'm up to blank thousand, and then it'd be like, now what?
Right.
Now I have these people who may or may not be interested.
That's
in
the other thing
doing.
is that, like, what's your game plan? Right. Like, we've talked about the YouTube algorithm. If you're not uploading videos every week, you're fucked. You're not going to make a full-time job on YouTube if you can't upload videos every week. So if you don't have that locked and loaded, if you don't have 10 ideas bouncing around at any given time, you know, like,
it's kind of like if you're going to someone and you're like, yo, I want to start a business, I'm thinking a restaurant, and then they're like, okay, cool, and give you $1,000. Is that going to start your restaurant? No, it'll fucking help, but you got to do the majority of the work yourself, dude.
Right.
Like, and even like the collabs you just mentioned with Jared Dines, how did you get those collabs? It's literally Shred Wars. You got that collab by being really fucking good at guitar.
People, like, fans of his seeing our content, which was popular at the time for whatever reason, or just being well known in general. Done. So people say, hey, this could be mutually beneficial. Let's do something with Jared.
And, like, I think I hate sounding like a douche about it, but, like, there's like this scale of, like,
there's,
like,
you and then there's me.
Well, no. That's not what I was gonna say at all.
I know.
Like,
I thought that
there's the scale goes from you to Jonathan.
No.
I'm obviously at the high end.
There's a scale of, like, you like no. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this so that it doesn't sound douchey and actually makes sense.
Listen, just think about it from our point of view. Is that so hard? Is it? We're not billboards.
We're not people. We're YouTubers.
Here's how it is. You have to fill up the meter of wants to collab with you, like, and you can fill up that you have to get the meter
you must be this desirable to
right. Well, no. Well, but think about it this way. So, like,
step 1, be attractive.
Yeah.
Well, think of it like a date. Think of it like you're trying to win a date with somebody. You know,
win a date with Jonathan.
No,
Young.
if you're trying to get a date, or if you want to date somebody, you could probably tell me, like, okay, it's like 50% because she's really hot, and 30% because she actually is really nice, and then
20% because she has a YouTube channel.
20% because she has a YouTube channel. But, like, what I mean by that is, like, okay, so fill up the collab meter. If I collaborate with someone, maybe it's 50% because they have a lot of subs, 30% because they can play a really fucking killer fucking lute solo, and 20% because when I go to their channel, it looks enticing. It looks like I would want to subscribe to them.
They've put thought into it.
And they've put thought into it.
It's not like MS Paint, red Times New Roman on white background. Like, video game dad 197.
But like that
How'd you find my second channel?
but that meter fills up differently for every collab.
Right.
Like sometimes if I collab with someone, it's 10% the number of subscribers they have and 90% because they're so fucking good at playing an instrument. Like,
well, that was kind of like our first collab
Yeah.
like, a long time ago when you had like 25, 30 or something like that, 25, 30K subs at the time. I had like 2,000.
Yeah.
And you were just like, wow, you done play guitar good. And I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
Let's do a meme song.
Yeah, my first collab with Rich was like 90% because he was
That was Kung Fury, right?
Yeah, it was like it was
Yeah.
90% because he was a cool dude who could play guitar really fucking well,
Nerd.
and 10% because of the number of subscribers he has. You know, so but then on the other hand, there's people that I've collabed with that like I not gonna lie, like yeah, they have a lot of exposure. I would love to collaborate with them. But then maybe from their end, they're collaborating with me because I have a different set of skills or something I'm bringing to the table.
We talked a little bit earlier. What it keeps coming down to, like again, summarizing what you're
Don't
saying.
suck.
Usefulness.
What's in it for us? It's like it's not douchey for us to say that. That's what you would say if you were in our shoes. What is in it for us? If there's something in it for us, fuck yeah, let's do something.
It's our job.
The other thing is, you know, you were talking about like what is your game plan? It's very important what you're doing. Also consider our plan.
Yeah.
We have plans as to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not okay. I was gonna say I'm not doing single song covers. I just released Mansion Basement from Resident
not a
Evil.
song.
That's not a song. However, right now I am doing medleys of, you know, I'm doing the top 10 medleys. I'm loving doing it, and that's what I'm featuring on my channel right now. I am not doing single song covers right now. I probably will in the future, but for like if you're just like, first of all, like, I wish I had a lot more comments that you guys are talking about with people like, oh, I have this amount of money, like, and I want to start. Where do I start? Literally, most of the comments I get are people who want to collaborate with me in a situation where I would be doing 90% of the work.
Right.
And I would be fucking, and for somebody who either doesn't have a channel or anything on the internet or
That's
nothing.
That's weird. Yeah, like most of the like messages I get on like Facebook and stuff are people just being like, just, you know, other musicians who may have stumbled across me, and they'll either be just like, hey, that was like your music's good, or
Where are your tabs?
I actually don't get too many of those unless they're on YouTube comments.
I stopped, actually. I used to get them like every day, like 40 messages a day where my tabs were, and they just totally stopped.
Yeah, but those like help request comments are generally like,
Yeah.
And like, feel free to hit me up on like Facebook or something if you have a question about like mixing or something.
Yep.
But like, be like, hey, I'm worried that my whatever sounds muddy. Okay, cool. Here's a crash course on how to get rid of mud.
Yeah. Easy. And that's the other thing is, like, a lot of the time I get messages, like, I don't get a lot of messages like about advice. Sometimes I get some people like, hey, do you have any advice for me? And I'll give it to them.
Yo,
but
how
a lot
big
of
your
them,
dick?
a lot of them are just like, here, this is essentially, this is a picture of my dick. What you think? Like, and I'm not gonna say,
Hey, you want some fuck?
Yeah, like, you send me your track and you just say like, hey, give this a listen. I'm gonna listen to it and I'll probably just be like, cool.
You know what I think about here?
Like-
Okay. If somebody sends me a track and they say, give this a listen, what I'm going to assume is that you want validation.
You want validation, and
you want me to like it so much that I share it on my Twitter.
Right.
Remember when we had that conversation?
Well, that's what we talked about this last time on BoyFlop for
Yeah,
just
we
a
did.
quick second.
Yeah,
Very quickly,
but
yeah.
Here's what you do. If you want to get to the level that that sounds douchey, but like if you want to get to the level
really.
where we want to collaborate with you,
okay.
then
That's kind of douchey.
send me an email asking me what you should buy to get a home studio running. Send me an email that doesn't say give my track a listen, but instead says rip this track apart. Tell me everything that's wrong with it.
Seek advice, like constructive criticism on a track. That's the difference than just saying, hey, I would really like if you check this out. Because when you do that, that's just kind of like,
I feel like,
hey, it's kind of like a dick pic almost. It's just like, yo, tell me that this is good so I feel like a happy boy. And it's like, okay, I'll do that. I'm not going to share it.
I used to send my tracks to like my favorite bands, and then something interesting happened. I used to send my tracks to like to radio stations and like my favorite bands and my favorite solo artists, and usually I would never get a reply. And then one day, I talked about this on a previous episode. I messaged one of my favorite bands and I said, what's the biggest piece of advice that you could give somebody like me who wants to make it? And I remember, and they messaged back. Like
Jump off a building.
They messaged back and they were like, write songs that you wouldn't be ashamed of your grandma hearing.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I don't know if I would.
I don't fuck with you, metal
Right.
cover.
Yeah. And so like, I don't know if I would. I don't know. But like, when I asked for advice, they responded. When I asked for validation, they didn't. Because they saw through
most
it.
You'll get like a pat on the head.
They saw through it.
I actually have a funny story about like this because I actually did like that a few times in the past too, and it gets to a point like if you're sending it to like in my case I sent something to like I sent a cover to the person who originally composed it.
Yeah.
And that led to
That's a little different.
All this stuff. But I also have done the same thing in the past. I did my Chalice theme cover, and I'm still so fucking proud of that arrangement. And I sent it to the original composer, and he just sent back a thumbs up.
Yeah.
He was just like, here you go.
Well,
and like I laughed. I was like, okay, I expected
and
that.
like I've tweeted like my Game of Thrones songs at like George R.R. Martin, but like that's a little different. Like that's kind of more like a fucking tweeting at George R.R. Martin.
A lot of the case with some of these, like you send me your track and you're just like, yo, give this a listen. You don't ask for feedback or anything. I almost kind of assume that your game plan is hoping that I listen to this and it changes my life in some way that makes me want to like
Or
tweet it or be like, yo, let me get on your music or something. And that's, don't.
And I know that a lot of times they don't mean it like that.
Right.
But like,
I guess
the second
think before you do that. I don't know.
The moment that I the moment that I switched from saying take a listen to this and give me the harshest feedback you can, that was the moment that I started making it, you know? Like that was the moment when I started getting serious and I started getting good.
I remember one of the first things I said to you, Jules, was like early on, like when we'd only spoken on like Facebook like once or twice, is I was like, hey, can I get some like critique on this? Like it was like Mario Galaxy or something.
Yeah.
And it was exactly what I was describing, where it was like a big wall of text being like, no, all wrong. This is bad. This sounds harsh. It's too muddy. This sucks. It wasn't that mean, trust me.
But here's the
But
thing.
it was advice.
The funny thing though is that now Rich lives with Family Jules, and Rich used to email Jules and say, "Give me advice."
Rashad won the grand prize of my contest.
I remember. Side note: I remember like when we were out here looking for like houses and stuff. I was like, we were talking about your contest.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like, hey, what's it like? Fucking hanging out in a swimming pool with the guy you snubbed, and you were like, yeah, but you win the grand prize. We get to be roommates now.
You live with me. It was my plan the whole time.
Yeah.
The most important thing I think about this is like you send us a message too. Like we're gonna respect you a lot more if you're willing to take criticism and you come to us saying like, hey, yeah, rip this apart. Tell me what you know, rather than yo, check out my dick pic. I just hit my microphone.
Nice.
Check out my dick pic. Like
similarly, if you ask for critique and you get critique and you're salty about it, don't expect me to take you seriously.
Fuck that.
If you like defend yourself with like just at every turn, like sometimes there might be something where I don't get it. I'm like, okay, I can see how there'd be a creative difference. But if I give you a buttload of good advice and you're just like throwing back excuses as to why I'm wrong, I'm just okay, well, just fall on deaf ears, I guess. I'm not gonna fucking entertain your stupid comments anymore. Sorry.
That's almost just a mindset.
I think that's
thing.
just a defense mechanism,
Right.
because it's hard getting used to taking feedback.
And
take feedback.
Yes,
That's how you get
absolutely.
better.
Well, yeah,
if
I agree.
If
but
you're
it's
if
one
you're
thing to
looking
tell someone
if you're
that.
looking to like if you're looking to me for advice, you're not the shit because I'm not the shit.
Right.
So like,
that's what I always tell people. Like, I'm not a fucking professional. I mean, technically, I am a professional producer, I guess, but I don't see myself as a good
fraud
producer,
syndrome.
you know?
But like, I don't know.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, imposter syndrome. I don't
Look it up.
Fuck, I was gonna say something just along the lines of like, I don't know, don't be bad.
Well, okay, but here's the thing though. Like, when I started YouTube, and this is kind of a weird example, but like, do you guys know of Joseph Stalin?
yeah,
Joseph Stalin makes, or for a while,
shit's really good.
yeah, his shit's really good. For a while, he would make all these metal and gent covers of pop songs. He was one of the first.
He did one of Wrecking Ball, and it's like amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So funny story about collabs. The cover that he did of Wrecking Ball was with a chick. I think her name is Nikki Sims.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first ever started doing YouTube covers, I had 50 subscribers, and I looked at Drusif's covers and I said, I want to work with people like that. I want to do shit like that. Now I'm going to work my ass off until I get there. 2 weeks ago, Nikki Sims commented on 2 of my videos out of nowhere.
Nice.
And was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I found your channel. This is so dope. She commented on my Kiss the Girl video and she just said, OMG.
Yeah,
and
it's the same for me, because I remember watching Drusif's fucking videos and being like, this dude's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, this is amazing. And similarly, I think like a month or so ago, I got a comment from him.
Yeah.
He was just like, this is fucking rad.
Yeah.
And it's weird because, like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, but here's... So 2 things that are fun about that. The first thing that's fun is that I didn't even realize that I passed him in subscribers.
That's what I was going to say is what's weird about that. I was like, oh, wow, I thought he had a lot more.
Right.
Holy shit.
And the second thing is, once I pushed myself to improve enough, I didn't need to go to Nikki Sims and beg, oh, I would love for you to sing on my cover.
Right.
I literally just replied to her comment and I was like, yo, we should collab sometime. And because she knew what I was capable of, because I pushed myself to be that good, we're gonna do a collab now. Like, we already have planned out what song we're gonna do and everything. So it's like, yeah, fucking get good and the collabs will happen.
Yeah.
Like, don't,
Nerd.
You know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's I guess the harsh reality of it. I don't know.
This is the tough love session of BoyFlop, I guess.
This goes back to like our first or second episode of BoyFlop when we basically told everybody to like eat shit and just get good. Like, you know?
At the same,
Like, you gotta acquire a taste for the shit.
Yeah.
And you gotta not be afraid to suck. You have to.
You hear
just
that,
keep
Mom?
fucking trying.
Yeah, we're coming to wrap up point here, but I think a quick point that I did want to mention is one of the most common whenever you listen to other YouTubers talk about getting good and getting your YouTube channel out there, the most common thing that they always say is collaborate. And
I wouldn't say that.
It's a little bit more complicated than that.
I would never. If someone asked me what's the one thing you should do, I would never say collaborate.
Well, a lot of people do. So
Collaborating is good, but there's a lot of implicit rules that aren't necessarily covered when you just say the word collaborate.
Right.
Be good and then collaborate.
Which that's what this podcast is for.
Honestly, like one of don't fucking go sending Rob Scallon a fucking message saying, "Yo, bro, let's do a." It doesn't work. Like
I tried that. Like I'll admit it. I tried like early on around the same time that you hit me up about like True Survivor, which was a little more realistic.
Yeah.
I hit up Rob Scallon. Yeah. I hit up Steve Terberry. Yeah. I hit up fucking Fluff. Like all these people. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, their silence should tell you something.
It does if you're good enough and you have a following.
Or again, that's kind of
what I'm saying. Right. Like, if you're just like Joe Schmo 8, like you said, then it's probably not going to work. Even if you're fucking great. If someone's at like 500K subs or something, unless they're probably not going to see it.
I haven't collaborated with a ton of people that are really fucking good just because I don't have time.
The other side of that, though, is... or unless there's something in it for me or something in it for the other person. Like in my case, when I hadn't even uploaded a single video, or maybe I think I did. But it was really bad. I hit up CS Guitar 89 to do a collaboration with me, but I brought him the entire arrangement. I said, this is what I'm capable of. Yeah. This is what it's going to sound like. Here's the guitar profile. All you need to do is just play. And he was like, sure, man, that's awesome. And he even said, like, years later, I mean, we talk every once in a while now, and he was just like, the reason I win along with yours is because you're the first person that actually sent me something to work with.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I've had that happen, like, where it's like the flip side where there's a channel called Nintendo Chord Duo.
Yep.
It's I don't know if they do much anymore, but they do like pretty intense gent stuff with like 8 strings and stuff like that. Some of their stuff's pretty. Yeah, some of their stuff's pretty cool. One of my earlier covers, I think from early last year, was a cover from Contra, which I haven't even played that game. I wasn't familiar with the music. And they're like, hey, we should do a cover from Contra. And their stuff was good. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. You guys' stuff is good. And then they did like everything. And I just did leads. So I was like, oh, well, cool. This is mutually beneficial.
Yeah,
that's a good example of a good collab.
Right.
Yeah.
They like there was even like a language barrier thing there, and there not a whole lot needed to be said. It was just kind of like, here we go.
Well, and it's not all about subscribers either. Like, for example, I hit up Jared Alonji when I had like 150 subs. Or, no, this was sooner. I had about 100,000 subs and he had about 150. So we were close to on the same level of subscribers. I basically said, like, yo, dude, like, you said in your most recent video that you were looking for people to help with your album. Here's what I do. You might dig some of my stuff. If you need any help, just, like, let me know, because I'd love to record some stuff on your album. I sent him my links and whatnot. And he emailed back and he was like, yeah, dude, like, I'd love to work with you sometime. I haven't thought of a way to work you in yet. And that's the last time that we talked. And want to know why? Because he has other singers that are more available, suit his needs more. Right. He has other guitarists that can play hell of a lot better than me. He has other producers that can produce better than me. So it's like, I'm not bringing anything to the table right now, and that's okay. I'm not butthurt about it because I know that it needs to work for both of us. You know?
Yeah, like, I mean, a big thing too is, you know, like what you were saying earlier in the podcast, just saying like, do you need me to play bass? It's like, no, even if I wanted somebody else to play bass, I have two other people in this house that can do it. Like, I literally just have to scream down the steps, throw a pizza slice at somebody, and they'll make a bass track for me. But like, it's also just convenience. Like, I mean, it's faster for us to do this ourselves. Like, to bring you on would be a fuck ton more work than if we just did it ourselves. Yeah. So I don't know. Like,
you're a liability, son.
And like,
Get fucked.
I think I mentioned this in when we talked about collabs, the abbreviated version in the last podcast. But like, I have some people that have hit me up and been like, "Yo, I would love to scream on one of your covers," and they're good screamers, but they're just as good as Travis. But I know Travis, and Travis has a camera that's better than mine.
Right.
So if I could pick a good screamer with a good camera or a good screamer, I'm gonna pick the good screamer with the good camera.
It's really like no hard feelings, but
sorry, dude.
Yeah, it just, if you were in our shoes, you would make this decision as well. Like, I mean, we want to help you as much as we can, but we also, within reason, because we all have we have a lot of work to do. We're all super fucking busy doing this shit. One quick thing before we wrap up, actually, kind of almost on the other side of what you were saying, that it isn't sometimes about the subscribers. Sometimes it is. Sometimes go with somebody who's closer to you and subscribers.
That's kind of what I was getting at earlier. Just like, dude, there's an entire fucking huge group of awesome people that are like good musicians, fun to talk to, that will want to collab with you. And if you turn them down because their sub count isn't as big as Family Jewel 7X, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Right, exactly. But I mean, where I was going to go with that is shout out to Dan Link, Super Dan Link, and Christian Richardson Music.
Those two are the best.
Those two are the best. They're about the same level, and they collaborate with each other all the time. And it's always awesome. It's always awesome to see. And they're growing because of that. They're growing because they're
like teaching each other stuff, and it's like evident because like there's just stuff where like both of them struggled like by themselves, and then like they collaborate, and then suddenly both of them like learn from each other. And it's good. They get good.
They get good.
You see how that works.
Not only that, but like the gooder you get, then people start to notice. Mm-hmm. Like fucking Eric Calderon hit us up.
Yeah.
He texted me yesterday with 2 really dope ideas for collabs. He's got at least 1 million subs.
He's got 1.5 million.
Yeah.
We've got a coffee date soon.
Right. So
Eric,
it's like,
come hang out. I know you're not listening, but come hang out.
Another good example.
This podcast you're not listening
if I may name drop, fucking Carlos. Insane in the Rain. Like, for a long time, he only collaborated with people, like, he was in like the 10,000 sub range, and he only collaborated with people that were around that range. He grew into his talent. He got, I mean, he was already really good, but he got even better. And
he developed a following.
And as that happened, he certainly got my attention. He got a lot of other people's attention, and now like he's paving a road for himself.
Yeah, have you collaborated with him at all?
Yeah, Midness Lament.
We've all collaborated with him.
Yeah,
actually, I have. I know we're not at the wrap up segment yet, but Him and I are working on a thing right now that I'm pretty excited about. I can't go into too much detail there. But it's interesting because like we talk about like people bringing shit to the table. That Midna's Lament cover, A, was fucking amazing with Carlos on it. Like he slayed it.
Yeah.
And B, that was the most watched video on my channel until Undertale.
Yeah, dude.
Like, that's something where it's like, fuck yeah, dude, I'll have like this awesome sax jazz dude. Yeah. Why not? It's fucking cool.
Yeah, dude.
Bring something to the table.
Yeah.
Grab my attention.
Grab my penis.
Don't ask for my attention.
Don't
grab
ask for my
attention.
penis. Just go right in.
Don't
Exactly.
send a dick pic unless it's more than 8 inches. John, what do you
Don't take no for an answer.
Yeah. Yeah, Insane in the Rain music. Shout out
to Dan Link.
Shout out
Christian Richardson and Insane in the Rain music.
Shout out to Wowie
We
Talk.
love all of you guys.
John, what are you doing this week?
I'm finishing up my cover of The Reigns of Castamere from Game of Thrones tonight.
Nice.
Everything is recorded. I just need to do the vocal processing. I've been slacking this week because I've been trying to fix my computer. Rich and I spent all day yesterday trying to fix my computer, and it finally works!
It's your boy Windows 10.
I felt sorry for you last night when we were playing Overwatch, and you were just like, I'm about to go! Fucking froze again! Like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, so my processor was dying on me, so I took apart my computer. I put together a new one using some of the old computer's parts. Windows 10 didn't work. Or Windows 7 didn't work, so we installed Windows 10. Windows 10 didn't work. I reset the motherboard, and then suddenly it updated itself, and now it's all fixed. So I've been lazy this week, playing Overwatch and watching Twitch shows. And anyway, Reigns of Castamere this weekend. Poor Unfortunate Souls next weekend, I think.
Yeah.
I am gonna arrange that tonight. I'm really excited about that cover, and then I'm off to Minnesota. Hey,
Sure.
Rich, how are you doing?
I'm working on that thing with Carlos, which I can't go into too much detail on yet because secrets. I was an idiot and binge watched the entirety of Game of Thrones in the span of like 3.5 days.
And we're not,
We're proud of
entirety.
him.
That's 56 hours of footage.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm currently watching like the bonus behind the scenes stuff and like the little lore background animated things,
Withdrawal,
which is like another 10 hours of footage, and I'm just watching all that. So
know this existed.
I got obsessed with that show, and it's more than likely that I'll probably end up doing a cover of the theme song just because it's cool.
Yes.
He's a throny boy.
Yeah, so Boy of Throne.
Collab.
Throne of Boys, I'm down.
Yeah.
If you want to throw down on my boy throne.
There's not much that
Damn.
I'm always down for the boy
naming this
throne.
podcast.
Boy
Throw
throne.
down on the boy throne.
Boy throne.
Yeah,
Boy throne throwdown. Oh no.
it's fun. Yeah, so there's that. You name dropped Mr. Eric Calderon. There's something going on there.
Yeah.
Did he tell either of you guys about the other ideas that he had?
No,
I pitched an idea to him, which both of you are aware of. That's still in the works, but I'm not sure.
He pitched one idea to me that just me and him are doing, which will be fun, and then he pitched an idea to me that all three of us would be in on. That is going to be hilarious.
You should come out and do the video, like, here.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be down.
He lives an hour away from us.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna say it, but he's like, dude, are you down to do this song with your new roommates? And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, dude. And he's like, by the way, you're doing a guitar solo. And I'm like, damn straight I am, Eric.
Yeah.
He's like,
cool.
I can barely contain my boner. I'm like, yes.
Eric's a meme lord.
Eric's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some stuff with people going on. What else? I don't know. I'm still looking for the hit. I was gonna say I'm still looking for the hit new meme game that I can jump on, but I'm not gonna do fucking Five Nights at Freddy's.
Overwatch. There's no music. Yeah.
No. Blizzard's awful. Fucking. I still have not completely shut Undertale out of the picture.
Really?
Dude, that soundtrack's fucking great. I still like. It's not just because it gets views. It's because I genuinely like covering music from it.
I'm not saying that it's a bad soundtrack. I just thought that you were putting it aside.
Well, I'm done with like doing it literally only Undertale.
right.
Determination 2, even more determined than the last time.
Like Ace and I,
It
Ace
fills you with
Dad,
the album.
and Dad fills me with his determination, and then Mom gets discouraged and calls the cops. No, like on April Fool's Day, like Ace and I both did Undertale covers. Like we did, I did a cover of Korra, which Ace had initially done, and then Ace did a cover of Asgore, which was on my side, and then we were like very, very briefly talking about doing like a follow-up like mini EP, and like it eventually turned to me just saying no repeatedly on Facebook chat to Ace, who was like, we can name it Determination Purple Side or something stupid. So that probably won't happen, but I still might cover, I don't know, like Hotlands. I might do some other cool
There's
song.
already a Kickstarter with $10,000 to get Rich Audie B to make the purple.
Make it
side of
15 and I
it.
might consider
Fill
it.
me with more determination, Daddy.
Like the sad part is if I was a douchebag enough to start a Kickstarter for Determination 2, I guarantee it would be funded.
Yeah.
I would never do that. So there's more, I don't know, there's more stuff. I'm thinking fucking right now I'm doing a Star Fox cover.
Yeah.
And it
sounds awesome.
It's really weird. It's cool, but it's really weird. Odd time signatures. I don't know, Jules, what are you doing?
I am working on the Game Over medley. I'm actually really surprised. I thought it was going to be like a 2-minute medley, but it's actually going to be 7 minutes. Mostly because
What?
yeah, it's going to be a 7-minute medley. Mostly because of the Game Over theme from Total Distortion. Shut up!
It's funny.
Is that the one that I think it is?
It is the one that you think it is,
no.
and everybody in my chat wants you. They all want you.
Oh no.
It's gonna be really, really, really memey.
God.
So I'm doing those streams. I streamed yesterday, which is Monday. I'm gonna be streaming Wednesday, which is the day this podcast comes out. And other than that, I assume that's gonna be done within the next few weeks. I just released Mansion Basement from Resident Evil Director's Cut DualShock, which
Stupid.
is it's literally just a song of mashing keys.
It's not a song.
Yeah.
I'm actually upset with you.
Yeah.
Wait, did you put that video up?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't in my fucking sub box.
What?
Your boy YouTube.
Fuck you, YouTube.
Yeah,
Fuck.
YouTube.
Anyway, so yeah, I launched my Patreon a few weeks ago, or yeah, I think about a week ago now. I
It
think
was about a week ago. You also put out your little fucking studio.
Oh
tour.
yeah, I did my studio tour with your boy Rich.
Hey,
And that was actually a lot of fun. It was kind of
that
cool.
was really silly.
It was cool just because like I'm so used to doing videos where I just set up a camera by myself in my room, but like I was just like, Rich, I gotta film this. Can you just come and ruin it for me?
I
And
was sleeping,
okay.
otherwise that would have been me.
It was originally gonna be you, but
And I was sleeping.
yeah. But
That
anyways,
was the day that I was nocturnal.
yeah. Anyways, there's that. I'm working on a lot of shit. Otherwise, mostly compositional stuff for other just projects and stuff. I'm writing a lot. And speaking of what you were saying about how you haven't entirely closed the door on Undertale, I may or may not have closed the door on Necrodancer.
What?
And with that, I think that's a podcast.
You fucking tease. You fucking slutty tease.
You can't just tease me like this. Dad. I want your determination.
You're gonna cover your own album in its entirety?
Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
It's a cover of my cover.
I actually
of the album.
really want Silva Gunner to like do a thing with one of your Necrodancer tracks. That'd be really
Hi,
fun.
I'm Jules, and this is Family Jackass 7X.
You caught me. I'm doing an all acapella album of Necrodancer
Oh, I would
in the
pay
style
money for
in the
that.
style of Smooth
I would
McGroove.
buy that on CD.
Like this podcast to support Determination 2.5,
No.
the definitive
Don't.
Determination,
Don't spread rumors. I'm telling you.
the
dildo.
greatest hits version.
greatest remix
Just
master,
re-release it.
Featuring a bonus track from Five Nights at Freddy's 6.
director's cut, featuring a collaboration of every YouTuber ever.
Pretty much.
If you have a YouTube channel, he will collab with you
Don't.
on Determination 2.
Please stop.
Coming this summer.
Featuring Jonathan Young
Featuring-
singing One Punch Man.
Featuring Family Jewels singing
Singing
You Are Dead, You Are Dead, 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 Dead.
What I'll do if I like do Determination 2 is like There's this channel run by my buddy Zerachi, and it's just called Y. And like he took every single Undertale track and made like the ultimate mix out of it. So he just layered
He's
it.
good.
Yeah, Zerachi's
I like
fucking good.
him.
Yeah, Zuzu, he's fucking good. But he like his second channel is like he just took that. And like he just called the channel Y, like Y, and like he layered all the Undertale tracks together, so it just sounds like
That, okay.
20,000 views.
Zerachi is a good example of a guy who doesn't have very many subs, but presents himself in a good way and has gotten really good and has gotten my attention. So shout out to Zerachi.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that probably like at least John and I would do collabs with him.
I would collab with
Zuzu,
him.
What are you saying?
Zuzu, I actually know you're. I don't know, you're busy, boy.
I am busy. I'm sorry.
Zuzu, you're probably listening. Do a collab with me, please. I love you.
Okay.
See, that's what we mean, though.
Before we devolve into more of this, I don't know.
I'm your boy.
And I'm your boy.
I'm not.
Can I have your intro